Hey everybody, how's it going? This is Babylon 5. This is season 3, episode number 12. This episode is called Sick Transit Vir. Now, I've been chuckling about this title all morning just because all I've had visualised in my head is Vir being incredibly sick in a white Ford Transit van. But 100% that's probably not what this episode's going to be about. But part of me really hopes that it is. I'm on to a losing battle with that one, I think. Last episode, we saw Delenn organising a rebirth ceremony, very similar to the one she did in season 1. However, this one was a little bit more advanced, I think, than that one. I think she called the one she did in season 1 like an introduction to the rebirth ceremony. And part of that ceremony was that anyone who participated had to tell a secret. And the one that hurt me the most was Susan's. And that broke me because I adore Susan. I adore Talia, and to know that Susan was in love with her. A part of me thinks out there somewhere Talia is still around, but it's highly unlikely after what Bester said when he came to the station last time he appeared with her. He was going to say dissection, and it's just like, I really do hope that she's out there somewhere and that the Talia we know actually does still exist at some kind of level, but it's probably highly unlikely, and I think that's why that admission kind of broke me so much, actually. I'm looking forward to seeing what this episode is about, so I'm just going to get straight on into this. Let's go.
Good morning. Now let's take a look at the manifest, see who's coming in today. Couple of Drazi ships, Bari personal transport.
What the hell?
Even a few Vri. Still not quite where we used to be, but it's a start. All right. Put me online with the first ship and let's get this show on the road.
Susan? Bit of a problem, Susan.
What? Is there a problem?
Yeah. No D. What?
Every one of these dreams puts you in unfamiliar territory, maze, or some strange place. Well, that is kind of like where we are right now. When did you join Earth Force?
2247.
All right, so we're talking 13 years.
Wow.
We're both career military. That means we define who we are by what we do. We left all of that behind when we broke away from Earth.
Yeah, but I've already dealt with all that.
Consciously.
She must have been a
What
baby.
you're saying, subconsciously, you're still trying to work it all through. It'll pass. Hey, it could be worse. You could be having dreams where you're showing up to work naked. You'd be in real trouble.
You are Ambassador Malari?
Dear lady.
Oh God, is it not another
for you,
wife,
I
is
would
it?
be anyone you want me to be.
Good morning, Delenn.
Captain, how are things with your government?
But for the moment, blissfully quiet, at least so far as we're concerned. President Clark's having a hard time keeping everything bottled up back home, so we're not on the top of his list of priorities right now.
Right now.
Gathering their forces, putting their people into place. With everybody busy planning their next move, we get a break. It'll be short, but I'll take it. Which brings me to you.
Me?
Yes. You know, every time that I have seen you lately, we've been in the middle of a crisis. A revolution. And this is the first time in months that it's been this quiet. It won't last, it never does. But as long as it's here,
The time jumps in this are always interesting as well.
I'd like to see you tonight.
Are you not seeing me now? I would think that you see me every time we meet, unless I have become translucent or insubstantial, and nobody has thought to inform me until now.
And let me say, I'd like to see you in a different light. Candlelight, for instance. For dinner.
Tonight?
Tomorrow we may be involved in another crisis, another battle. This may be the last chance we'll get for a while. Back home, we have an old saying. Eat, drink, and be merry, for tomorrow we die.
Humans can be a very depressing people.
Only if we get turned down for dinner.
Well, we cannot have that, now can we?
Oh,
Hello, Vir.
Is it not glorious, Vir? Your wife has come all this way just to see you.
Londo, I'm not married.
Not yet, but in a few days you will be. And if you
Oh.
ask me, she is far too good for you.
We've had a lot more Narns than usual come through here lately, most of them escaping the homeworld.
So
oh.
far, I don't see a problem. The more they can get away from the Centauri, the better.
Oh, hey, I agree. It's just that I was going over their papers of transit, and I noticed the name of the Centauri who approved them.
Abrahamo Lincoln? You gotta be kidding me. Since when is that a Centauri name?
Yeah, well, that was my reaction, too.
Let me see that. Whose office did these come through?
Oh no.
We noticed that the papers of transit came from your office on Minbar. Considering you're the only person there who knows much about Earth history, I figured you must be responsible. Now, would you like to tell me what this is all about?
I needed a name to put on the papers. I don't have the authority to approve transfers from the Narn homeworld, so I invented somebody who did.
Where's he
It's part of a
transferring
work
them
program
to?
Back home.
The station?
We bring Narns from their homeworld to work in construction and help in the factories.
Work camps.
In a sense.
Oh god.
It's much better than being back on Narn.
You're saying these Narns go voluntarily?
Absolutely yes.
Well, then why the forgery, the fake names, the falsified transit papers?
Because
There are many
Londo wouldn't like
Centauri
it.
who would rather see the Narns suffer back home than be given comfortable quarters too close to Centauri Prime. We're trying to help in our own way.
I hope that's the right kind of table. I don't do a lot of entertaining here. I usually just grab a bite on my way in.
What the hell, John?
I didn't come for the decor.
Well, I hope you didn't come for the cuisine either, because unlike Mr. Garibaldi, I am not exactly a gourmet cook. But what I lack in finesse, I make up in
Carrots?
portions. Barely edible, but lots of it.
Flarn.
Yeah.
You learned to cook flarn?
Well, after I tried it at your place, I found I kind of liked it.
I don't think he spent 2 days making it though.
it might
Because
be
that
a
kitchen's a
little
mess.
Stop apologizing. Let's sit and eat.
I'm sorry, I just want to make sure it's okay.
Oh, it looks fine.
I love that he went and got a table. Was it tofu?
I like that picture over there.
Does it taste like shit?
Oh, yeah, it's a favorite of mine, too. How is the flour?
Terrible.
Enough salt?
Just right.
He really did like it.
Oh, she ate so much.
Personnel near Green 2, we've got an assault in process. Repeat, assault in process, Green 2.
It's just one level down, near Londo's quarters. I'll be right back.
Bloody hell! Whoa, hey! John, that knife, man!
Put it down! That's a Shankar!
I wanted to see how you are doing.
I've had worse.
That's quite a seductive
I'm
entrance,
just sorry
wasn't
it
it?
interrupted our dinner.
There will be other dinners, but if you keep doing this, you will get killed one of these days, and then there will be no more dinners.
No.
It was happening right under my feet.
No more
I had
flan.
to do something. Besides, I'm fine. Ow!
Let me. I heard that when it happened, Vir was with a woman. Apparently they're to be married soon.
So I understand. Must be the shortest courtship on record. She just got here yesterday.
Perhaps we should check the air recycling system. There may be, as you say, something in the air.
Maybe there isn't that.
Captain, I'm sorry.
No.
I didn't mean to.
Holy hell, Susan!
It's all right. What is it?
I think you better meet me in Londo's quarters ASAP. Turns out we've got a serious problem with Vir.
Internally exploding there. Oh,
I hope there's a good reason for this interruption, Commander.
There is. Over the past couple of months, Vir has been forging travel papers for as many as 2,000 Narns, authorizing them to leave their homeworld for so-called work camps.
Commander,
What?
Londo, please, don't pretend you don't know anything
2,000?
about this.
I don't? What makes you think I would know anything about this?
Well, for starters, it's the kind of thing that only you could think of, Londo. Second,
oh,
there's only one logical reason why another Narn would declare a Shankar and try and kill him. Revenge.
oh, what has he done?
We ran a check on all of the Narns who left Narn using Vir's travel papers.
What has he done?
According to the transit and relocation files, every one of them, all 2,000 Narns, all of them, are dead. It's 2,000 murders, Vir.
they're
Londo.
not dead.
They're not?
They're not.
I altered the record so nobody would go looking for them.
Why?
Because I had to do something.
Oh,
Most of them were injured from us bombing their world and sending them to forced labor camps. They weren't getting proper treatment.
Then why do the records say they died?
Because back home, nobody cares about dead Narns, only living ones. But while I was running the diplomatic mission on Minbar,
he did what he
I had the
could.
chance to do something. My only regret is that I couldn't have saved more of them.
Vir is telling the truth, and none of these Narns have been killed. Why did one of them attack him?
I knew you'd be surprised.
Was it the one following her? What has she done?
He's still alive.
Yes, of course. I saved him for you. I almost didn't. After all, he did intend to kill me.
Oh my god.
I almost finished him all myself, but...
Why did he want to kill you?
At first, I wasn't sure. But then, when he was unconscious, I studied him for a very long time. I saw him on Narn. My father and I went there after the war. He was in charge of culling the herds.
Culling the herds?
Oh, yes. He escaped with his brother from one of the villages we purified.
Was it his brother the
That
first
must be
Narn?
why they tried to kill me. He was going to use this. But I saved it. And him. For you.
All right. What do you think?
That's me, as a Centauri.
That's Abrahamel Lincolni of the Centauri Relocation Bureau. Vir did a very good job creating a fake bureaucrat. Londo doesn't know about him, and he's still authorized to issue travel papers, so I figured, why not take advantage of it? Keep him around for a while. So I added a few details, a photo.
So how many Narns do you think old Lincolni here can get out of danger before the Centauri figure it out?
Beats me. It seems like even one would be a victory.
I will see you again, Vir.
Ah!
Soon.
Maybe, maybe.
Well, what relationships don't have their ups and downs?
This was interesting. Considering that I jokingly said at the start, this might be about Vir. It was in a sense, just not in the sense that I thought it might be. And we've seen how Londo and Vir's uncle and this lady's family had arranged this marriage for him, and as part of that she's came to Babylon 5 to visit to get to know Vir. However, there's also Narn here that wants to kill somebody, and I'd said at first when the first Narn was headed toward Vir, I did think to myself, hang on, what if this isn't about Vir? Because the way he angled the knife, it wasn't as if it was going toward Vir. So I kind of had at the back of my head, oh hey, this might not be what it's being portrayed to be. And then we learn further down the line that it's because this crazy lady had been going to Narn and going around villages with her father and basically mass murdering Narn because they were aggressive. Anybody would kind of be in a mindset of anger if they watch their entire world get decimated and families be torn apart and people killed, and it probably wasn't aggression at all. They've probably just labelled it as aggression as a way to justify what they're doing. But they all seemed, or this lady seemed, so brainwashed by her family possibly, or by the Centauri government, just how bad the Narn are as a people. Actually heartbreaking. But then knowing that Vir's been pretending to be somebody else in order to get as many Narn out as he possibly can and freed through the station, it kind of reminded me a little bit of Stephen's Underground Railroad when he was trying to get the telepaths out. Vir did something really similar, used Babylon 5 as a way and means to save 2,000 Narn. When they originally said that those Narn had been killed, my heart broke, because Vir, for me, is probably the purest person in this, and I genuinely don't think he has a bad bone in his body. He's just such a nice guy, and to see how different he is to Londo and Londo's beliefs is amazing, whereas Londo was really proud of the fact that Vir possibly murdered these Narns, to then becoming incredibly disappointed at the fact that these Narns weren't actually dead. Vir going through this crisis of conscience where he's thinking, well hang on, I want to do what's right, but what's right is seen by my people as being the wrong things to do. He must be so messed up at the moment, and then hopefully this lady's gone now and we can get like a pre-divorce, because she was just mental. And I just think to myself, you know, where's this going to go with Vir and Londo now? Because there is obviously this kind of distance between them now, and I don't know if Londo is going to really trust Vir for a while because of everything that's happened. But then knowing that Susan's now going to take over that role of still trying to filter as many Narn through as possible with this persona that Vir created, I just think is brilliant. I'm really looking forward to watching the rest of this season. I'm going to say thank you, and I will see you guys later, so thank you.